Hello, my name is Brittany Farrell. Today we're going to talk about my educational project innovation for this class. The topic we're going to talk about is communication, more specifically related to interpersonal communication between clinical healthcare leaders. Me as a leader, I use communication every day, so this topic is extremely important to me. When I started my leadership career, I was sent to a leadership orientation week-long class. The most important topic we discussed was communication and how important it was as a leader. Communication is more than just talking. It's the nonverbals. It's the different types of communication styles. It's how people receive and perceive communication so differently. And it's our job as the leader to ensure that we have clear, effective communication among our patients, our staff, and our fellow leaders. Both of those things lead to a successful business. So when I took my job here at UNC Lenoir, I quickly noticed many situations that could have been avoided if there was clear, effective communication. So I presented a survey to 20 of my organizational leaders, and those results solidified that the communication gap I felt when I first started, that there was a presence of a communication gap when I first started. So let's go over those results. The first question was, I feel effective communication is extremely important as my role as a leader. 100% agreed. The next question, I'm aware of my nonverbals when communicating with others. 29.41% agreed. 29.41% strongly agreed. 52.94% agreed. Next question was, I feel I know how to adapt my communication style to ensure effective communication with others. 76.47% agreed. 23.53% strongly agreed. I'm confident. Next question was, I'm confident I understand my own communication style. And 52.94% agreed. 41.18% strongly agreed. The last question was, I feel my communication between healthcare leaders at my organization is clear and effective. And 35.29% agreed, and only 5.88% agreed, or strongly agreed. So after reviewing this data, it really showed that people think that they communicate clearly, but then as a healthcare leader group in this organization, that we don't have clear and effective communication. So to me, that identifies where my gap is. And these gaps could be due to many different things. It could be due to that we have novice leaders and they've never had any type of formalized leadership training or even anything with education. And then some of it could be because we haven't supported our leaders in giving them that education that they may need. And even the leaders that have been doing this for years still need some ongoing education on communication. So I'll talk next about the description of the class itself. So after we looked at the data, sat down with my preceptor, and we started on the class details. Due to COVID, this class is going to be on a WebEx. It's going to be 1 hour long. And in the class, we're going to use PowerPoint, we're going to use polling, we're going to use videos. Participants for the class are clinical managers and above, so it's managers and director levels. The polling is going to be used throughout the whole class, and that's how we're going to keep participants involved in the class. The next thing is the theory that I use behind this project innovation, and I use the cognitive learning theory. there's a ton of research out there that shows why leadership communication is so important, especially in healthcare. You know, if you think about it, we take care of patients and people's lives every day. And clear, effective communication ensures that our patients and our staff are kept safe. This class is a high-level overview on communication and the different styles. It gives leaders some tools in their tool belt to ensure they're successful as leaders when they're interacting with their peers, with their staff, and with patients. And also we're going to talk about some additional resources available to participants if they are interested in learning more about communication. The next thing we're going to talk about is the outcomes. So the main class outcomes are that participants will be able to identify the different communication styles. There's 4 of them, and they'll learn in the class about the different behaviors and characteristics of each communication style. They're going to see examples of what effective and ineffective communication looks like, and we're going to use videos to show that. Then ways to improve their communication. And our end goal would be that participants will take what they've learned and use it in their everyday practice as leaders. The assessment portion of this, the pre-survey that I sent out, it identified my communication gap, but also, as I stated earlier, you know, I had some observations when I first came to this organization that there was a need for a communication class. It was a 5-question Likert survey, and I had 17 out of the 20 complete the survey. And the eval is going to be the same thing. I'm just going to add a couple of different add some questions in the end. Those questions are going to be about evaluating the effectiveness of the content learned, if they think their style changed from what they originally thought it was prior to the class starting, as well as evaluating me as the teacher for effectiveness, and also do they think that they can put this in their everyday practice. After all the evals are complete, they will then get the CE, the continuing education credit, and that is something that not every organization is able to offer, so that was a really good process for me to go through. So after you do that, then you'll get your eval, or you get your eval, then you'll get your credit. So my goal for the next steps for this class are going to be, we have one of our strategic goals for our hospital is about developing a leadership orientation class or a program. And so if the evals show that this class is really effective, honestly, my goal would be, and I'm actually on this committee, is to present the data to this committee and recommend that this class be put into this program. We need something. Communication is something that is near and dear to my heart. Like I told you earlier, it takes a lot of practice to make sure that you're effective as a leader on it. It doesn't happen overnight, and it takes a lot of self-reflection on you as a leader to ensure that you're doing the best you can with it. I would really like to end this this presentation with a quote. According to an industrial organizational psychologist, J.K. Roller, communication not only cultivates and innovates rewarding culture, it also achieves tangible business objectives like profit, high return on investment, customer service satisfaction, efficiency, and productivity. I really look forward to hearing y'all's feedback from my presentation, and I thank you so much for listening to me. Hope you have a great day.